There are surrogate mothers who do that every day. That happens every day in the world.
Is that
It's happening right now.
Is that how Blanket was born as well?
I used a surrogate mother, or my own sperm cells. I had my own sperm cells in my other two children. They're all my children, but I used a surrogate mother. And she doesn't know me, I don't know her. And so it was...
That many people don't believe Michael was her biological father, Paris responded by saying, quote, "He is my father. He will always be my father. People that knew him really well say they see him in me, that it's almost scary." So
Orlando Brown just sent the whole Jackson family into major panic mode after revealing shocking details about Michael's white daughter. For years, it has been speculated that Paris Jackson isn't his. I mean, look at her. She doesn't have a drop of black in her. And even though Michael's family has been gaslighting everyone into thinking she's some white-passing, biracial, light-skinned woman with 1A blonde hair, Orlando just leaked major receipts that seek to reveal who her real father was and why he was kept away. Orlando even went as far as dropping all the info on all Michael's other kids, including evidence proving that he might also be Michael's hidden son. Orlando might tell a joke, but he never tells a lie. At least that's what he claims.
No, I understand that she's saying her dad never lied to her, but your dad lied to you. Because let's just keep it real. She's a white girl. And she's a beautiful white girl. She's a beautiful white girl, but she needs to stay real with herself. Whether her dad was her real dad or not, she's still a white girl. He was a black man.
Now, if you've been keeping up with the Jacksons for a while now, then you already know people have had questions about Michael's white kids for a minute now, especially Paris. So much so that she had to come out and address it. And let's just say her response wasn't very convincing. No shade. In fact, it's not just Paris who had been getting dragged for sneaking her way into the family. Her brother Prince has also been questioned, since he's also a whole man. And interestingly enough, they both happen to share the same mom, Debbie Rowe. Michael seemingly added fuel to the fire in his song Billie Jean, where he said, and I quote, "She's just a girl that claims that I am the one, but the kid is not my son." And get this, the third sibling, Blanket, has also been questioned, especially since Michael had him through surrogacy. However, the circumstances behind his case are a little different, and I'll be getting into all that in a second. So you're probably wondering who Paris and Prince's real dad could be, since everyone seems to believe they ain't Michael's kids. Well, one of the major names that have been brought up is Michael's longtime dermatologist, Dr. Arnold Klein. In fact, he made the rumors worse in 2013 when he posted a photo of himself with Prince, captioned, as if he had a lot more to say, but was holding back due to some kind of NDA he signed back in the day. It got so bad that he had to directly deny being the father when asked on CNN, saying, "I am not the father," while stating he believed Michael and Debbie did have. A lot of people believe to this day that the only reason he backtracked was that the Jackson estate allegedly silenced him through an NDA. And what adds even more layers to this is that, shortly after backtracking, there were rumors that he changed his mind again and began demanding a paternity test among him, Paris, and Prince. But guess what? He mysteriously died in 2015, with no paternity ever established. Right after his death, Prince got into an argument on Twitter with someone who said Michael isn't his real father, to which he replied, "The blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb. Was raised by my dad with my brother and sister." But you see, Arnold wasn't the only person people were suspecting. The British actor and Michael's longtime best friend, Mark Lester, was also dragged into it. The difference, however, is that people didn't have to dig much to link him to all this, because he brought attention to himself when he claimed right after Michael died that he donated sperm before Paris was born, suggesting that he could be her biological father. He said he wouldn't push for a DNA test without the children's permission, but would be open to one if they wanted it. And he's pointed to physical resemblances between his daughter Olivia and Paris, and his younger self and Prince. "I wouldn't have a DNA test without the children's permission. But when the children come of age, and it's not far away, and they decide they want me to do it, then I will. It is up to them. I don't want to tell them what to do. I just want to reconnect and be the godfather that Michael made me." His ex-wife Jane Lester publicly called the claim untrue, saying he lied because talking about Michael Jackson is the only way he can get the media to pay any attention to him. However, another one of Michael's friends, Jason Pfeiffer, claimed that Michael confessed to using Mark's sperm to father his children shortly before his death. One day as we walked about his children and Debbie Rowe, he just came out and said that his children were actually fathered by Mark. And get this, There was also another rumor going around that Paris's real dad was actually the Home Alone star Macaulay Culkin. You see, just like all the other potential fathers, Macaulay was also one of Michael's close friends, and was even one of the few people who defended Michael against those PDF file allegations he was facing. And it also doesn't help that Macaulay is Paris's godfather, and they even got matching spoon tattoos to show their bond. Apparently, Michael decided to make him Paris's godfather so he could still play his fatherly role without publicly having the full title as her dad. And also, word on the street is they got the matching tattoos after Paris found out that he was, in fact, her real dad, not Michael. They claim that the reason Michael chose Macaulay was that he was fascinated by his beauty and wanted his daughter to look just as pretty. But here's where things get even crazier. Right when all this was happening, rumors also started circulating that Paris and Prince's mother, Debbie Rowe, was actually not their biological mother.
And the crazy thing is that TMZ was one of the major news outlets pushing this story till the Jackson estate stepped in to shut them down.
No, you're wrong.
I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So Blanket's mother's black?
Yeah.
But Blanket's so light.
Black people were called colored people because we come in all colors. From very white, as white as my hand, to very dark, as the dark of your shirt. My father has blue eyes.
Now, even though Debbie claims she carried Prince and Paris, there are barely any photos of her pregnant, and the few ones that exist seem to have been altered. Well, according to TMZ, a source informed them that Prince and Paris were actually surrogates, and that the embryos weren't made with Michael's sperm or Debbie's eggs. But you see, even aside from the claims about Paris not being Michael's biological daughter, other claims have been circulating for a hot minute that there is apparently another hidden white daughter. Apparently, Michael actually wanted to claim her, just like he did with Paris and Prince. But the reason he held back was because of the pushback he was already getting about whether or not Paris was even his biological daughter. The Jackson estate actually did a pretty good job of burying the story, but you, Orlando, recently revived the entire thing when he went on an explosive rant about this alleged white daughter. And not only that, he also made some wild claims about him also being one of Michael's estranged kids. According to TMZ, the hidden daughter in question is a woman in the Netherlands called Mosienne Petit Jackson. She petitioned LA courts for a DNA paternity test with Michael, claiming that her mother is Dr. Barbara Ross Lee, the sister of Diana Ross. According to Mosienne, she was kidnapped at just 9 years old and sent to Belgium as part of a plot by Michael Jackson's mother, Catherine Jackson, in an attempt to protect Michael's reputation. She indicates that all 7 of her abductors are dead and that they were unalive to cover up the abduction. However, Barbara Ross Lee denies being her mom and even said she never met Michael. But here's where things get even crazier. Orlando also claimed that aside from this supposed hidden white daughter, he himself is also one of Michael's alleged estranged children. He first started pushing these allegations back in 2018 when he appeared on Dr. Phil. So basically, his manager, Solomon Barron, set up an intervention for him because he felt Orlando had reached a real breaking point and needed serious outside help. But when Orlando got on that stage, he clearly had his own agenda. Instead of just sitting there and letting Dr. Phil focus on the intervention, Orlando started making some wild claims, telling everybody that he was allegedly Michael Jackson's estranged son. His manager also said this wasn't the first time Orlando had made that claim. It was just the first time he said it out loud in front of the public. Apparently, behind the scenes, Orlando had been telling people he worked with that he was Michael Jackson's real son.
What's your full name?
My full name is Orlando Brown, Prince Michael Jackson Jr., and that's AKA Blanket.
So what's Prince Michael Jackson Jr.?
Well, it's my nickname I gave to myself. Because, my father was Michael Jackson, great Michael Jackson. So.
Your father was Michael Jackson.
And because Orlando, he has mental problems. He's burnt so many bridges. No one wants to deal with him. If you can't help, he does not have a chance where he'll say, Michael Jackson's my father. I own Neverland.
Does he want help?
Yes, he does.
Now, it's unclear just how true the allegations Orlando is making actually are, especially since he tends to sometimes say things for shock value. All this stuff could really just be him doing that. However, a lot of people still believe him because, according to them, this is probably why the industry has been pushing the narrative that he's crazy, so that in case he comes out saying things like this, we'll all think he's just being crazy. One person said, "Free Orlando Brown so he can go into rehab." Another person said, "Something is wrong with Mr. Brown."
I hope the people who have the power to help him can see it before it's too late. But now, I want to know your thoughts. What do you think about Orlando coming out to reveal this after all this time? And do you really think Michael has a secret white daughter? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And don't forget to click here to watch this other very messy video.